As promised, an active day of weather here in central and eastern Kentucky, and more on the way, at least off and on over the next week. A few snow showers could create a few slick spots into Wednesday morning. Keep that in mind. Late week system, basically a carbon copy of what we're dealing with now. Rain, wind, followed by snow, and this time even colder air, so that's going to probably increase the snow chances Sunday afternoon and overnight into the King holiday on Monday, and then following that may be dealing with some bitter cold even by mid-January standards. East of Lexington here on our Viper radar, gusty showers as this stuff rolled through the bluegrass. We had this happen twice over the last few hours. About 3:30 had a batch move through. Almost a 50-mile-per-hour gust at Bluegrass Airport just happened. Same thing, and some gusty showers now about to move into far eastern Kentucky, right there along the US 23 corridor, Paintsville and Prestonsburg. The steady rain from early out of here, but we've got some additional showers that'll rotate in this evening and back to the west. That is where the snow is located, and we should see some colder air and eventually see temperatures drop off. Traffic cams, you see some wet roadways across the area, but the good news is the road temperatures are in the low 40s. These will be critical to watch late this evening, but more so in the early hours of tomorrow, as they will be at or slightly below freezing, thus creating the slick spots as we lay a little bit of a snow coating down potentially. Mount Sterling in Montgomery County, boy, it's breezy everywhere. Southwest winds sustained 15 to 20. It's 45. So we got a lot of wind, and the colder air is pouring in. Upper 40s in eastern Kentucky, mid 40s here in the bluegrass, but look back to the west. Danville at 39, Lebanon down to the south around 40. Wind gusts still in that 40 to 45 mile per hour range, the bluegrass and down into southern Kentucky, just as we expected. Look at the power outages, the percentages, each county, and I've really watched these fill in over the last 2 to 3 hours as those winds have increased in intensity. And out here to the west, we're dropping into the 30s. Those 30s will be in here a little bit later on in the evening. So there's your low, really wrapped up just east of Chicago. This boundary that's going to help keep the wind strong, and it will usher in the colder air, which is going to increase the chance for a few snow showers during the early hours of Wednesday. So you see later on this evening, we eventually change things over after midnight, laying a little coating down, and with temperatures in the upper 20s to around 30 in the morning, that could create a few slick spots, dry the rest of the day. Hopefully we're back into some sunshine. As far as the snow goes, not a whole lot, maybe a coating, half-inch best case, but it doesn't take a lot to really create some issues here. So your road temperature forecast, again, this is really handy heading into tomorrow. Anything in blue, that's when you're 32 and below, and look at how we fan that out heading toward daybreak. The darker blue, thus the scattered slick spots, and then no issue at all as we get into the afternoon tomorrow. So the wind advisory continues overnight. Expect to see gusts 40 to 45, so the windows rattling just a bit. Now let's look ahead here, because we've got that system coming in on Friday, heavy rain, gusty winds, a little snow on the back end, and then as we roll into the weekend, it's now looking like that moisture may make it in here by Sunday afternoon, cold air in place, so some legitimate snow possible, and after that moves through, then we got a blast of colder air that's going to be coming out of Canada, and it actually should be the coldest air of the season. This is what we have heading toward the weekend, coming out of Canada, dropping through the upper Midwest, and eventually into the Ohio Valley. And check out this 7-day here. You talk about a lot going on. We've got the breezy conditions breaking the action on Thursday. Rain to snow, a lot of wind, and notice how temperatures don't recover at all, which sets us up for that snow Sunday and potentially into the King holiday. And check that out. Yeah, we could have single-digit lows into Tuesday morning with afternoon highs struggling to get back out of the teens next Tuesday.